This is ABC 7 News at 11, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Haley Wilgus. Thank you for joining us tonight. A Sarasota couple teamed up to fend off an armed robber who burst into their home. Police say the husband held the man in a bear hug while the wife beat the suspect with the suspect's own baseball bat. ABC 7's Ray Collins has more on this quick-thinking couple. Ray.
Haley, police said the bad guy simply picked the wrong home in this one. It's safe to say this is not the way Noah Desat thought he'd look after his alleged armed invasion last week in Northport. But Northport police say Desat burst into this home last Thursday night carrying this baseball bat and quickly got into a battle with Jason Petty, who was inside with his wife, 3 kids, and the kid's grandmother.
He was somehow able to turn the tide and get the guy in a bear hug after fighting and wrestling. Went through a coffee table. They were on the couch. And then at some point got the guy in the bear hug, and then his wife, the victim's wife, was able to get in a bunch of shots with the guy's own bat that he brought with him.
With that, Desat escaped from the house and wound up in a Port Charlotte emergency room where he was later arrested.
Nothing happens in this neighborhood, nothing.
Neighbors like Sherry Mitchell say they've never been this close to violence.
Oh, it's scary. It could have been here, it could have been anywhere. That's what we never think about. We always think it's going to happen to somebody else. But, it happened to our neighbors, and I hate that. It's scary. I just saw the picture of the intruder. I'm like, holy cow. That really brings it home. Mm-hmm. But you do what you have to do. They're protecting their children and themselves.
We would never recommend violence, but you certainly have the right to protect your home and yourself. So, do what you got to do, I guess. This is a home that had a mom, a dad, a grandmother, and 3 small children in the home. I can tell you what I'd do if somebody broke into my house.
So Desat is now in the Charlotte County Jail, charged with several felony counts. He's recovering from that eye injury, I'm sure, Haley.
I'm sure. And Ray, do police think that he targeted this family?
It's a real mystery. They're not sure why he chose this house. Police say Desat came by the night before and knocked on the door, asked for someone, and then left, and then came back the next night. So very mysterious. Could be more to this story. We'll just have to wait and see. Right. All right. Thank you, Ray. The Supreme Court handed down a victory to abortion rights advocates today, voting 5-3 in favor of Texas clinics, which protested new rules that made it harder for women to get an abortion. The rules had required doctors who perform abortions to have admitting privileges at nearby hospitals and forced clinics to meet hospital-like standards for outpatient surgery. Justice Stephen Breyer's majority opinion for the court held that the regulations posed an undue burden to women seeking abortions, and Texas had argued that the law and its regulations were needed to protect women's health. Florida, meanwhile, recently passed a bill with some provisions similar to that Texas law. The legislation is slated to go into effect on Friday, but it's being challenged in court by Planned Parenthood before that. At Planned Parenthood in Sarasota, the president and CEO for Southwest and Central Florida applauds the Supreme Court decision and says her organization will continue to fight for women's rights. But the Florida Conference of Catholic Bishops says the Texas law is different enough that today's ruling should not have an impact on Florida.
Far too many women still face unsurmountable barriers, which is why we're going to take this fight state to state.
Medical directors were already required to have a transfer agreement or admitting privileges within 30 minutes to a hospital. HB 1411 just extended that requirement to all physicians providing abortions.
The federal district court in Tallahassee will take up this issue on Wednesday. The British vote to leave the European Union, commonly known as Brexit, could negatively impact Florida tourism. The Florida Chamber of Commerce says the falling value of the pound may discourage UK visitors from coming here. The UK is the second biggest foreign tourism market for the Suncoast, just behind Canada. In Sarasota, UK travelers make up about 3% of all tourists. They also tend to book their trips in January, so we might not see the effects until next year.
What we can hope is that by the time we get to next January, their big booking season, some of this will have settled down and that consumer confidence will be rebounding, and that is our hope.
British travelers accounted for 15% of foreign travelers to the Sunshine State last year. And the Brexit decision continues to have an effect on the stock market as well. The Dow closed today with a 260-point loss, or 1.5%. The NASDAQ composite gave up 113 points, or 2.4%. And the S&P 500 lost 36 points, or 1.8%. ABC 7 business commentator Richard Stern weighed in tonight on whether now is the time to stay the course with your investments or get out.
You have to really discuss that with your financial advisor, but the old gag about buy low and sell high, people who react emotionally tend to sell low and buy high. So try and keep the emotions out of it, and I think you're going to find the end result of your investment will be much, much better.
Ratings agency Standard & Poor's stripped the United Kingdom of its top credit rating today. Meanwhile, millions of UK residents have signed a petition demanding a redo vote, something that British Prime Minister David Cameron says will not happen. And now it's time to get a check on our forecast and head over to Bob. Not too bad of a night out there, even though we did have a steamy day.
Yeah, pretty warm today. Again, near record highs, just a few degrees shy of the record high today. Still pretty warm at the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport, 82 degrees, the dew point 73, which is fairly typical for this time of year. Winds out of the southeast at 5, and the pressure has been rising a little bit. This kind of situation, we will see a few coastal showers hanging on during the overnight hours, and you can see we have a little bit of activity right now just offshore of Venice, and just south of Venice was a shower just about 15 minutes ago. You can see some rainfall too near Myakka Head and just northeast of Myakka City. Lone shower there. The air was a little bit drier today than Sunday, so we didn't get as many storms around, but there were a few. There's still some dry air out there, so our rain chances will not be all that high tomorrow for most of the area. We will see a change too of mainly inland storms over the upcoming days. We'll have details on that and the tropics coming up in a few minutes. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. Orange County officials are working to preserve items from several memorials that have popped up honoring the victims of the Orlando nightclub massacre. Nearly 200 items have already been collected, and now they're being moved to a permanent home at the Orange County Regional History Center. The mayor says these items represent Orlando's resilience.
This is the uplifting part. This is the unity. This is a community coming together and caring. This is a very important part of the story that we want to share with this generation, the next generation, and generations to come.
Flowers at the memorials will be turned into compost and used in gardens throughout the city. A consumer alert for Floridians and tourists this summer. The Florida Office of Financial Regulation is warning about vacation rental, sweepstakes, and social media vacation scams that seek large upfront deposits, requesting personal information or asking for fees to be paid by a wire transfer or prepaid debit card. The state advises people making vacation or travel plans to be wary of the word free, of course. Check the company's direct website and verify the company's license. Legislation being pushed by a U.S. representative out of Florida would create a national registry of people and businesses that are found guilty of committing fraud, abuse, or neglect against elderly people. The measure would build a database for seniors and their caregivers to use before they hire someone to help with finances or personal care. Bill sponsor Gwen Graham says since Florida has such a large number of elderly residents, it can be easy and lucrative for crooks to prey on them.
People, as they get older, they may become more isolated, and therefore, you know, those that might reach out to them for not the right reasons, find an ear and someone that wants to have that connection and that human contact.
Graham will be filing the legislation in the coming days. The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office releasing the results of a crackdown on boaters drinking on local waterways over the weekend. As part of the 3-day Operation Dry Water, Marine Patrol deputies made 25 stops to conduct safety checks. They issued 32 boating safety warnings and 2 citations. One boater was arrested for boating under the influence after that person was found to be nearly 3 times over the legal limit. Straight ahead, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with the official Suncoast forecast. Plus, polls just keep looking better for Hillary Clinton as she tosses around possible VP choices. And on National HIV Testing Day, advocates explain which demographic groups in our area are getting diagnosed more frequently.
Hurricane season is here, and Suncoast weather can go from this to this in seconds. So when severe weather threatens, count on the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7.
We're armed with the most advanced weather technology so that we can bring you storm warnings faster and with more detail than ever before.
Plus, we focus on the Suncoast and track storms right down to your neighborhood.
On air, online, and on your mobile device. Turn to the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7. We're here for you.
Thanks to my volunteer, I am a better reader.
Thanks to my volunteer, math seems simple now.
Thanks to my volunteer, I discovered new career goals.
I'm a volunteer for Sarasota County Schools, so I know I can make a difference. And you can too. Give an hour, change a life.
Hurricane season is here. Are you prepared? ABC7 has the information you need. Access our special Surviving a Hurricane now. Learn how to prepare a readiness plan and survival kit. Know your evacuation route. Be prepared, Suncoast, when severe weather threatens. Access our special on our ABC7 app and all our live streaming platforms.
Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, it's all about getting more for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. Stop by to see our new state-of-the-art showroom today, and you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet, a new 2016 Subaru Forester, for just $229 a month. Complimentary maintenance included at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
This Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Minute is brought to you by Florida Leather Gallery.
This year's Grand Prix race will feature 2 full days of racing with more than 60 aquacross teams racing personal watercraft and 10 superstock race teams averaging speeds around 85 miles an hour. There will also be more than 25 powerboat teams racing at speeds approaching 100 miles an hour in the production class. And in the extreme class, the boats top 150 miles an hour. You don't want to miss this nonstop race action off Lido Beach.
Florida Leather Gallery is celebrating the 4th of July with spectacular savings. Take 33% off hundreds of styles. Experience freedom of choice with a wide and wonderful assortment of leathers. Freedom from worry with our impressive collection of protected leathers. And freedom from guilt as we proudly offer the lowest price guaranteed. Plus, free delivery. It's all happening right now. Come celebrate with our Lexperts at our 6 Florida Leather Galleries.
Well, Bob, yesterday very active with the storms. A lot of areas really got it hard.
What a difference a day makes.
Yeah,
Seriously,
no kidding.
it was just an explosion of storms yesterday, like it had been waiting to happen, and it did it.
Yeah.
Saturday there was quite a few too, but not nearly as many as Sunday, and now things have calmed down. And I think we're going to be in this kind of pattern all summer long.
Summertime kind of
Yeah,
thing.
it's not going to be a normal pattern because of La Nina, and La Nina does kind of disrupt our normal and typical afternoon summer thunderstorm pattern. This is a new camera, KC Key webcam, getting a look at what was happening out on the Gulf of Mexico, just south of Siesta. And a beautiful sunset tonight, some high clouds around. You'll notice on the left-hand side of the screen, some clouds start to move in. There were a few showers around, and we did get some this evening, a little bit here, a little bit there, not long, and that's because a little drier air has moved in. But before that happened, Victoria Jones snapping this photo out on Siesta Key of some ominous clouds, and this a little later, showing those high-level cirrus clouds moving on through. And a Titan radar picture indicating 1 or 2 lone showers, and we'll see a few of those again overnight during the morning hours, with water temperatures in the mid to upper 80s here. That kind of aids these storms, especially when we get a little land breeze, the opposite of a sea breeze developing just before sunrise. So we'll see a few coastal showers, and then here some rainfall still occurring but weakening as it pushes to the south. There's a chance, a very small chance, you may still see some light rainfall overnight, but nothing heavy and not that significant. Look at that. That just kind of popped up at around 10:30 or so, and then it's gone by 11:13. So some showers developing near and south of the Venice airport this evening. Over South Venice have since moved on, and this still kind of generating the outflow from the earlier storm, still generating a shower here and there. But the estimates, it doesn't pick up everything, but it has over the last 6 hours a little bit more rain just northwest of Wauchula, over 1.5 inches there. I mentioned that drier air. It's a little bit over North Florida right now. You can still see a little patch right there. moving in on the East Coast. So that'll be around again tomorrow. And what's going to happen is our winds are going to shift. They're going to have more of a southwesterly component to the wind, especially beginning on Wednesday. Right now it's out of the southeast at 5 miles an hour. The heat index, it's somewhat of a factor at 87 degrees. Dew point is at 73. And with that wind shift becoming more west and southwest throughout most of the day, that means a chance for a few coastal showers, say between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. And then most of the action will be inland, pushing toward the East Coast late in the day, which is a little bit atypical of our normal summer thunderstorm pattern. 93 the high today, 4 degrees shy of the record. No rainfall officially at the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport. 79 in Miami now, 81 in Orlando, and around town, pretty warm, really. Temperatures in the upper 70s to low 80s. Punta Gorda had a little bit more rain move through earlier today, 80 degrees in Arcadia. Well, the RPM forecast model showing 1 or 2 lone showers near the coast, and then activity pushing inland throughout the late afternoon, and then pushing off toward the East Coast. And it looks like this pattern could be rather persistent right through the weekend. And if that's the case, the evening thunderstorms that are normally around, which can disrupt the fireworks, may not be as prevalent. We'll see how that holds on, but indications are we may see this pattern last for a prolonged period of time. Well, in the tropics, indications about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, a little low pressure would develop. Didn't happen, didn't materialize, and that's always the case in most of the models, but we do have to watch it nonetheless. And oh, look how quiet things are throughout the Gulf of Mexico. Fairly quiet there and throughout the Caribbean. So good news on the tropical front. There's that trough of low pressure, which is kind of going to disrupt our normal afternoon thunderstorm pattern. It's already down in the southeast. It will continue to sag to the southeast over the upcoming days, and that brings us that west to southwesterly flow. Seas running less than 2 feet tomorrow. A light chop in the bays and inland waters. Water temperature now 87 degrees. UV index, you guessed it, will be high tomorrow. Low tide upcoming. Just after 1 o'clock, 1:30, and then 7:45 for the high tide. Few thunderstorms still possible in the Gulf. Otherwise, partly cloudy. 75 for your low. That's a nice sleep number. Scattered showers and storms tomorrow. Partly cloudy skies, a high near 90, and it feels like temperature about 100. That isn't. And as far as the 7-day forecast goes, a chance for showers on Tuesday and Wednesday at 30% near the coast. Much better inland areas, and then that continues to be a factor over the weekend, with a good chance for scattered showers and storms. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. Another new poll shows Hillary Clinton is widening her lead against Donald Trump. And we now know a key Democratic senator is on Clinton's short list of vice presidential contenders.
The 2016 Veep stakes are in full swing.
I'm here today because I'm with her. Yes, her.
The Massachusetts senator on Hillary Clinton's VP shortlist, Elizabeth Warren, appeared to be auditioning in Ohio. Clinton and Warren's first campaign stop together, and Donald Trump was the clear target.
When Donald Trump says he'll make America great, he means make it even greater for rich guys just like Donald Trump.
I do just love to see how she gets under Donald Trump's thin skin.
Trump fired back, calling Warren a sellout, and again mocked Warren's claims that she's of Native American descent.
Did you ever hear Pocahontas? Pocahontas! Pocahontas!
Trump tweeted she lied on heritage. Meanwhile, a new ABC News poll shows that Clinton has a double-digit lead over the presumptive GOP nominee. 64% of voters say Trump is unqualified to be president, and an overwhelming majority think he is biased against Muslims, women, and minorities. Trump called the poll dirty and a disgrace. Clinton, who is also still struggling with favorability in the polls, had a rare moment of reflection on the campaign trail, acknowledging that many voters just don't trust her.
I don't like hearing that, and I've thought a lot about what's behind it. I've made mistakes. I don't know anyone who hasn't. So I understand people having questions.
Clinton is back on the trail tomorrow with campaign stops in Denver and L.A. Trump will be in Pennsylvania to deliver an economic policy speech. Volkswagen is set to pay a nearly $15 billion settlement in its emissions scandal, breaking records for fines paid by automakers for negligence or wrongdoing. The automaker is reportedly expected to admit to selling about 11 million cars with software designed to cheat tests. The deal includes repairing or buying back cars with owners getting as much as $10,000. The agreement still has to be approved by a federal court. Today is National HIV Testing Day, and according to the CDC, there are roughly 50,000 new HIV infections per year in the U.S., and 1 in 8 people don't even know they have the virus. Florida's numbers are among the highest in the nation for new cases, and experts of the Community AIDS Network in Sarasota, or CAN, say seniors and teens make up the fastest growing segment of new HIV cases on the Suncoast. CAN says testing is available to everyone, and you don't always even have to ask for it.
As of this past year, and now in the 2016 Florida statutes, it actually says that all physicians are testing for this during their initial physical exam. So if you go in for your annual exam, guess what? You're going to get all your labs plus an HIV test.
There is an opt-out for those who would prefer not to be tested. Suncoast transportation officials are expressing the need to replace the DeSoto Bridge. The Sarasota Manatee Metropolitan Planning Organization added the bridge replacement to its list of regional project priorities today. The Bradenton Herald reports that the project is unfunded, but the list goes to the Regional Transportation Authority and allows officials to better advocate for the replacement. The Metropolitan Planning Organization notes that while the bridge is safe for travel, it is at the end of its service life. Did the losing streak continue for the Rays tonight? Highlights next in sports, plus find out why social media is buzzing about Tim Tebow.
At ABC7, it's all about being here for you. Introducing ABC7 News at 7 with award-winning investigative journalist Alan Cohn. In-depth reporting and debate on important issues and stories in our community, with a featured topic of the day and a live roundtable discussion with community leaders and newsmakers. Plus a quick recap of the day's top stories and weather. ABC7 News at 7, weeknights. Now more than ever, we're here for you, Suncoast. Tomorrow at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Hello, I'm Rebecca Vargas.
And I'm Don Brennan. Hard at work or hardly working? How much time do you spend sleeping compared to working?
Tomorrow on Good Morning Suncoast, we'll show you what changes Americans are making to their work schedules. Wendy?
And we are right on schedule as far as the rain is concerned. We're expecting more in our forecast.
Tomorrow at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you. On your TV, on your computer, on your camera, on your smartphone, on your Apple Watch. And now you can get ABC7, your Suncoast News on Fire TV. Just go to mysuncoast.com and click on the mobile tab for a list of fast and free downloads that deliver ABC7, your Suncoast News on the go.
On the Suncoast.
And across America, the news you care about
is on your Suncoast News at 5.
And ABC World News Tonight at 6:30.
People you trust. Scott Dennis, Haley Wilkes, David Muir.
First, the Suncoast.
And then the world.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
Looking for carpet? Look no further. Minnesota Flooring has Smart Strand carpet as low as $1.79 per square foot. Installed, no add-ons or extras. Unbelievable? Minnesota Flooring can have in-stock carpet installed in your home in 48 hours for as low as $1.99 per square foot. Don't miss these prices. Visit Minnesota Flooring today.
The ability to go to college on a Bright Future Scholarship gave me personally the flexibility to chase a dream. To not have to worry about paying for your college education was absolutely amazing. One step better than that was to leave with no loans. I mean, to start a life, to start a job, to start without having a debt was amazing, and it allowed me to get to where I'm at today.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Now, sports.
The losing streak for the Rays hit 11 games over the weekend. The opportunity to stop the skid is about as good as it's going to get. They're hosting the rival Boston Red Sox, a team that lost 5 of its last 7. The Rays already up 1-0 in the first. Taylor Motter quickly makes it 3-0 with a double to left field. Still in the first, Nick Franklin would get his first hit of the season, a double drop down the right field line that would score 2 more to cap the Rays' 5-run first inning. But the offense was far from over. In the third inning, the score 7-0. Logan Forsythe crushes a 2-run homer to left. The Red Sox nearly got back into the game, but the Rays did hang on to win 13-7. Pitcher Blake Snell picked up his first major league win, but most importantly, the losing streak is over. No Hall of Fame for former Lightning captain Dave Anderchuk. I even practiced that before this. Dave Anderchuk, at least not this year. The 52-year-old's name was absent from the Hockey Hall of Fame's class of 2016, which was announced today. Anderchuk holds the 6th most goals in NFL history and helped lead the Bolts in 2004 to the franchise's only Stanley Cup victory. He will be eligible for the Hall again next year. Steph Curry and LeBron James won't be taking part in the Olympics this summer, but the Team USA roster announced today is still pretty stacked. It features Kevin Durant, Carmelo Anthony, Klay Thompson, Kyrie Irving, and Paul George. The squad of 12 players was together today, as you can see, for a team photo.
From the first time that I ever put on a USA basketball jersey to now, to today, the feeling is always the same. It's just a feeling that you just can't explain.
To bring back gold, anything less than that is, we don't want it. That's just our mentality has always been like that. So we still got to put the work in. And we can't just go over there and expect to win. We got to put the work in, and everybody's excited for it.
Introduce them anyway.
The team is looking to win its 3rd consecutive gold medal at the Olympics, and we sure hope that they do. ABC News has confirmed tonight a story that is quickly going viral on social media. A Delta passenger says former Florida Gators Heisman Trophy winner Tim Tebow led a prayer after a man collapsed midair. Tebow went over to the man's family to help comfort them. Apparently, he even left his seat to go do this. Medical workers met the flight at the gate when it landed. The man did survive the incident. What a sweet guy. That's a look at sports. We'll have tonight's winning lotto numbers straight ahead.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to save a life? Find out by donating platelets at Suncoast Blood Bank.
I'm Haley Wilgus, ABC7. Platelets aid in the clotting process and are vital in the treatment of cancer and surgical patients, trauma victims, and critically ill newborns. It's tough to keep enough on the shelves because they only last 5 days. To donate, call this number or visit scbb.org and you can help save a life.
ABC7 congratulates Suncoast Blood Bank on 65 years of serving our community. On your TV, on your computer, on your camera, on your smartphone, on your Apple Watch. And now you can get ABC7, your Suncoast News, on Roku. Just go to mysuncoast.com and click on the mobile tab for a list of fast and free downloads that deliver ABC7, your Suncoast News, on the go. Don't miss the 32nd Annual Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Festival, June 25th through July 4th. This year's festival features a kickoff party at the Sarasota Yacht Club, Boats on Main block party, 2 days of aquacross and powerboat racing off Lido Beach, bayfront fireworks, and so much more. Produced by and benefiting Suncoast Charities for Children. For festival info and VIP race day viewing tickets, visit SarasotaPowerboatGrandPrix.org. The all-new official Suncoast forecast, only on ABC7.
That's Chuck, proud homeowner, regular do-it-yourselfer. Today he's attempting an electrical repair. This is Pablo. He's an electrician with Mr. Sparky. How's he doing, Pablo?
Terrible, Mike.
Yeah. What Chuck doesn't realize is that almost 68,000 home fires are caused every year by electrical problems.
What?
If you don't have the proper tools and training, he's liable to start the next one.
Little help here.
That's what I'm talking about.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
You might want to write that number down.
Discover the biggest savings of the year on some of America's favorite vehicles during the Drive and Discover event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Get America's best value, a new Grand Caravan for just $18,999 or a new Dodge Journey for just $16,999. Stop by today to shop the area's biggest selection of Ram trucks and save up to $8,000 on your new Ram. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Finally tonight, Fiesta the Llama shows us that leaf blowers can be used for more than just cleaning. The Houston Zoo posted this video saying that when workers clean out the stalls, Fiesta always appreciates the breeze from the leaf blower. Fiesta, that's like the best name for a llama.
Yes. Llama.
Or a llama, as our old coworker used to call them.
Dolly Llama.
The Dolly Llama. Have a good night.